We'll talk about random. A couple days ago, I was in Huntsville, Alabama, and today I pulled off a road in Arizona and found this spot. Take a look at this. It was getting late, the sun was going down, and I thought, man, I don't want to sleep in the car one more night. I got to get my hammock out. And there's the car, but look at this view, what I found. Sun's going down, but I think I found a perfect spot. So I was coming down State Route 260 on my way to Peyton, and then eventually even further down south to see my buddy. And I had no plan on coming out here, but I've just been driving for days. I went through, 5 states, and I'm in the 5th one. But with the Subaru here, I didn't want to keep going tonight and sleep in the car again, like I said. And I pulled off a 260 because I saw a sign that said Black Canyon Lake. And so right now I'm standing on National Forest land, and you're allowed to stay here for up to 14 days. I don't know if I'll stay 14 days, but I could. Then I just have to move again. But look at this. It's got a fire pit and everything. And it doesn't have any trash in it, so that's good. But I'm looking at these trees right over here, just eyeballing them from when I pulled in. And I think they're going to be perfect distance apart. Yeah, there's quite a few to choose from up here, but I think I'm going to go with these two. Yeah, hanging from pines again. All right, well, I've got to get busy, so I hope you hang around. And if not, I'll see you on the next random adventure. Stay around because I've got some stuff that I'm going to be doing and showing you throughout the night and also maybe tomorrow morning. All right, well, if you're ready, buckle up. I got to get this hammock set up. So I was driving about 9 hours today, so that was quite a drive. I was looking forward to getting to a place, but I had no idea where I was going to go. I think we worked out pretty good that this is going to work out. We kind of got to hurry because it is 6 p.m. right now. I believe sunset is 7:28, so we don't got a lot of time. So I am going to set you up, and then I'll show you it all once it's done. I think I'm definitely going to use these two, unless I use those two over there. Nah, let's stick with these two. So several days ago, like I mentioned, I was in Huntsville, Alabama. I was at an REI store and to get a pair of pants. And why was I in Alabama? Well, I was down in Alabama visiting Todd Champion. So he's called me up and said, hey, well, if you want to come down, I've got something for you. There's a company and it's called Hypershell, and they had sent him it's like an exoskeleton, and it's an Ultra Pro, and he wanted me to go camping with him, but he told the company send him two because he had somebody that knew might be able to use it, and that's what I'm planning on doing on this camp. I'm going to use that, walk around with it, and kind of get a feel for it. I'm still getting used to it, but it's pretty cool. Oh, that's nice. Let's see. But I was in Huntsville up at the REI store. Let me give this a sit and see how she feels. All righty. So my head's going to go that direction. So far, so good. Got a little high, but I think it'll work. So I was at the Huntsville store, and I was talking to Miss 2.0, and she was at work, or she was heading to work, and I said, yeah, I'm going to run in here and get a pair of pants, and then I don't know what I'm going to do next. And she asked me, she said, "Are you going to go to Alabama?" Now, I wasn't planning on it. I told her, I said, "No, that's states away. And that would take me too long." Well, I went into the REI store after we hung up, and it was on my mind. She planted the seed. And after she planted the seed, I couldn't get it off my mind. And I was in there buying the pants. But I'm here in Alabama because after I got back in the car, I started thinking, well, how far is it to get there? So I put it in the GPS, and next thing you know, 4 days later, I'm in Arizona. Well, we're in Arizona, and we're going to hammock camp tonight. All right, well, let's see. What else do I got to do? There's quite a few things. I don't know if there's going to be enough time. Oh, that sun's looking nice. That's going down. I don't think we're going to have enough time to get what I wanted to do done with that hyper shell. Yeah, because it's going to be dark. You know, there looks like there's several more campfire rings out through there. Well, we'll check that out maybe in the morning. But for now, there's even one way over there. Okay. We'll take a... I don't know if you heard that. I just heard an elk coming from down over that way. I know when I pulled off a State Route 260, it had a whole section there where it said elk crossing, be aware. Maybe we'll see an elk, or at least hear one. Yeah, they're bugling down there. Actually, it sounded like a neigh of a horse. Coming out through here, there was nobody else around. So I am out here all by myself, just me and nature. All right, I'm gonna go back to the car, get a couple more things done. It is 53 degrees right now, but it is getting down to 31. So let's take a look at the back here, what I got. Ooh, look at that. I got a little bit of firewood. Yeah, and we got the refrigerator, which that has our dinner in it. So I did stop when I was coming through New Mexico, and it started raining pretty hard. So I ran into Walmart and got something, got a few things. And when I came back and got in the car, it was still raining. But I took a picture because once it slowed down, I was just waiting to leave. I didn't want to drive in the heavy rain. And then I saw this rainbow. So I pulled over behind a Tractor Supply and snapped this picture. And that was pretty cool. Just be able to catch that just right then. If I hadn't gone into Walmart while it was getting ready to rain and then raining, I wouldn't have caught that. This has been a great trip so far. I did go and stop at a few places, but I didn't really film anything. I was just mainly driving and sleeping at different spots, mainly Love's Truck Stops. I stayed at Love's Truck Stop. I stayed at a Pilot Truck Stop. I stayed at a Lowe's parking lot. Where else did I stay? I stayed at a couple places. Oh, last night I stayed at a Maverick gas station. I love Maverick. When I was out in this area, I guess it's been 3 years now when I did my trip across America, I found Maverick gas station. I really like that coffee. So I downloaded their app so I can get their points because I'll be drinking their coffee while I'm out in this direction. All right, I'm gonna put this wood over here, closer to our fire pit, because we are gonna have a fire. It was windy earlier and I didn't think it would be good to have a fire if it was too windy, but the wind's died down now that the sun's going down. So it is cold. I would like to have a fire, and maybe I can, do I have that with me? Yeah, I do. So I've got it with me, and I think I will cook on that. I'll show you what that is once we get the fire going. Because I wasn't planning on coming to Arizona, I just packed up to run down and do that video with Todd, and then I was going to run back home. So I packed the car kind of light. Like, I don't have my fire starters, my Bigfoot bushcraft fire starters. I don't have my fire striker. I just basically took stuff down there for that, and a little bit of other stuff. I mean, my normal stuff that I've got in the car. So I went to Dollar General and I grabbed some of these, the tumbleweeds. Now, I have not ever used them before, so this is going to be the first time. Hopefully it's good. And I just walked around real quick. Not a lot of sticks to get put in there, so hopefully we can get a fire started. I'll work on that in a little while, and I will bring you back while I'm doing that. Why don't you watch the sunset for a second? Sounds of nature. Hear a lot of birds chirping over there. Oh, do I even have a lighter? Well, if the next scene you don't see a fire going, you know I didn't have anything. All right, I better look for that. Nope, no lighter. Usually I have a lighter in my one little micro burner, but then I remembered I had this in my backpack, this is the fire maple, and this has an electronic starter on it. So I'll be able to turn it on and get it started like that. Well, that worked out good. We got the fire going, and I'm going to let that burn down because we want some hot coals to cook our steak. And what are we having? You got it, steak. And what kind of steak? Well, my favorite, ribeye. And then we're going to cook it on this Bitty Big Q. So this is a extendable grate. I'm going to put that over the hot coals, and then we'll throw our steak right on there. Yeah, I got it out of the pack. I got it all extended out so you can see it's a whole grate with feet on it. Now those feet are adjustable. And we're going to place that right over there once the coals get hot. And I can fit it on top. I'll probably just set this on it right now and just let it heat up so it gets nice and cherry hot. So when we throw that steak on there, it sizzles. Ah, perfect. Going to be somewhat cloudy tonight, but we do have some clear skies too. Yeah, I can already start seeing stars. I don't know if you can see them or not. I'm going to look straight up. Yeah, I hope you can see them. There's a lot of them out. Very nice. While we're waiting on those coals, I am going to get our steak out and kind of get things ready to put that on, because as soon as it's ready, it's going on the fire. Yeah, I'm really excited about using or trying it again, because when I first went down to Todd's, we hiked in wearing the Hypershell X Ultras. And the first time putting it on, it was a little adjusting to get it fitted right. But once I did, you know, the first hike in, it's such an odd feeling when something's picking your leg up once it feels the pressure. But we hiked in, I took it off. The next day, it was a little easier for me because it was the second time I was using it. That's when we hiked out. But I was able to step over a log, which I normally can't do. So I am looking forward to trying that again, but I'm not going to do it at night. So that's going to be tomorrow morning because I want to check this area out a little bit. Well, let me get this steak cut open and get ready to throw it on the fire. We're going to flip that in a little while. But I was coming through Amarillo and stopped at the Big Texan, but they closed at 10:30. I got there like 10 of 11. So I just snapped a picture of it. And there used to be a cow out front, at least I remember from a couple of years ago. But I didn't see the cow, but there was a police car sitting there. I do remember that, an old antique police car. But they were all lit up at night, and I waited there for a little bit, and I was thinking about staying in their parking lot overnight, and then I thought, nah, I'm gonna just keep driving. This might be almost ready for a flip. Yeah, it's ready. Let's give that a quick flip. Let's pull that off the fire and get it over here on our cutting board and let it rest. Whew. I might have done that a little bit more charred than I wanted to. That's looking good though. Let it rest for a minute and then let's give it our first cut. But before we eat any of it, I gotta get our Walden's white flake salt on it. That stuff is amazing. I'm going to use Rick's knife that he sent me, Rick Whitson. All right, let's give that a nice slice right through the center. How'd that do? A little bit more medium than the just above moo that I like. Okay, now the moment of truth. It's been a while since I had a steak right over the fire. So I've used that big big Q in the past, and it's always worked out good for me. Let's see how we did. That's just a big old piece of fat with a little bit of meat. Just the way I like it. Melts in your mouth. Oh, that is good. Yeah, you can see the char from the fire on there. And that gives it a good flavor as well. Yum. Oh, I'm gonna eat that flappy piece right there with that char. See how we do. Get a smaller piece. Yeah, definitely more done than I usually like it. But it still tastes delicious. That fire char. Oh, love it. All right, well, I am going to eat this for a while. And then I will talk to you in a little bit. Yum. Okay, we're down to the last bite. There it is. Okay, I am all done with that. That was a little over 1 pound. That should hold me over for a couple days. Yep. All right, last bite. I'll clean up and talk to you whenever I do something next. All right, see ya. Those coals are really warm. So I've been sitting over here watching the fire go down. I've got 3 logs left, but I'm not going to throw them on because with all the driving I've been doing over the last several days, I am whooped. So I'm going to sit here catch these last little bit of coals and the heat that it's throwing off, and then I'm going to climb in the hammock. I'm not even going to say goodnight to you over there. I'm going to say goodnight to you right here. All right. Well, lights out. Good night. Well, I can't turn. Well, I can turn the light out. All right. Good night. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. That's a beautiful sky. I don't see a cloud anywhere. Yeah. Oh, I woke up a little while ago and I thought, I don't got to be anywhere except for down to my friend's house, but I'm not in a hurry to get there. If I wanted to stay an extra day, I certainly could, but I'm not going to be in a rush to get out of here this morning. Oh, it got down to 27 degrees last night, early in the morning. But this under quilt did a great job, so did the top quilt. So I was fine. Little bit more, if it got down any further, then I might have been a little colder. But for the most part, I was good. Oh, that's a beautiful look up there. Oh, look at that pine cone. Oh, wow. All right, well, I'm gonna get up. I'll bring you back. I wanna go for a walk. I'll see you on the walk. Okay, I got the Ultra X Pro on. This is the Hyper Shell, and it straps around your legs and around your waist. The motors are on both sides right here, and they line up with your hips. Well, this is my third time putting this thing on, so it's getting a little easier each time. All right, let's go for a walk. You know, I haven't seen one car pass by yet at all. It was quiet all night. So it looks like there's a abandoned fire pit there. We got one over here. So that's another one. That's basically not too far from where I'm camped. You can see the car back there. All right, so I did not turn the exoskeleton on yet. So I am going to turn it on and it'll take over. It's really cool. It actually lifts your leg. I may go, there's a down log over here, just so for myself can see how it works, stepping over that log. I want you to see me doing it without it on and then with it on. So I'm just going to walk over here first and then I'll turn it on after I step over it once with it off. Ooh, look at that pine. That's beautiful. But look at this view. It is just amazing. Like I said, it's a little chilly out yet still, but we got another fire pit right there as well. And even one down at that end. All right, let me get you set up and step over this log. So because of this stroke side is on my right side, if I were to try, like, come to a set of steps, but that's me throwing the weight on that leg. But if I don't use my hands, I can't pick it up high enough to get over there. So the way I normally do it is I'll step over this way, and then this leg will bend up, and then I step. You guys don't see that in my videos because I don't show all that stuff. But let me turn it on and do that again. The power button's on the side here, so I just turned it on and I got it on boost mode. There is a a whole app that comes with it where you can put in hiking and all kinds of stuff. But I'm not doing a review on it. I'm actually using it for myself to see how it's going to work. All right, let me step over this log again. It actually picks your leg up. Look at that. Oh, I almost cleared it. With a little bit of practice, I think I could. But normally I'll step with my other leg. You can see each time I step, it kind of lifts up. But when you pause for a second, it stops. So it doesn't help you all the time. Only it's like AI sensors, they said. So step. There we go. Wow, that's a big improvement. All right, let's keep walking down this way, because I want to see how far this goes. Look at that, I'm already out of breath. But there's another fire pit. Yeah, there's even horse manure here. I wonder if people bring horses up to this area and tie off and have a regular meet up here and ride horses through the national park, because I did see signs of out on 260 that said watch out for horses. So maybe there's horses and horse trailers. That's why there's so many spots. But I'm seeing a big area all the way down with tons of trees that you could hang a bunch of hammocks or tents or campers, all kinds of stuff. Wonder if that'd be nice for a 2.0 meetup someday out here in Arizona. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, there's 2 battery packs on this thing. One back at the car and one on the back of it. And it says it'll go 30 kilometers. I don't know what that is in feet or miles. I think it's 18 miles. Kilometers, something like that, but it's 30. I'm not going to be going that far, but I've got to get used to this thing. And from what I understand, the AI sensor kind of learns your gait. And I think the more I use it, the better it's going to get. Oh, that's neat. Look at this red rock with quartz lines running through it. Oh, that is nice. A little too big for me to put in my pocket. I am a rock hound at heart. A lot of times I'll come back with my pockets filled. Used to. Yeah. Yeah, it gets a little rougher down this area. Not as many open spots. Like this one, this piece of quartz here, just laying there. I don't know if you can see the sparklies in it, but that's a nice looking piece of quartz. That's still too big for my pocket. I'm gonna walk up to the road where I drove in on so you can see that. But yeah, seen a lot of horse droppings, but no hoof prints. So I just walked up. It doesn't look like a huge grade, but it is a grade coming up. And normally I would struggle to get up that without these on. Finding new things out each time. So this is the road I came in on, and going that way is down to that Black Canyon Lake is that way. The sign out front that I showed you yesterday was a Black Lake Campground or Black Canyon Campground, but that goes out there about 10 or 11 more miles down to a lake. Yeah, I can definitely feel the assist because my stroke side, it's actually picking that up a little higher, so I'm clearing the ground. I do wear a like a foot brace that goes up behind my calf for drop foot, and it's actually helping a lot. Well, I'm going to work my way back to camp. I'm walking on the road. And then what I'll do is I'm going to go down the other way and maybe into those pines a little bit. I'm not going to go too far down over the hill here, but I want to see if I can get kind of close to where it drops off so you can see that a little better. Yeah, a lot of pines. Well, I've gone about as downhill as I'm comfortable going right now, just because I want to make sure I can get back. But I think this is going to be nice. Once I get more used to it and I've got people around and not just out here by myself. Oh, I left my cell phone in the car. So if I had a problem, I wouldn't be able to call anybody. Not a good move, Tony. All right. Well, I'm going to kind of make my way back up through here and get to the car. And then I'll talk to you when we get up there. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. Okay, I am back to camp. I got that all put away. I want to say thanks a lot for coming along on this random adventure. What am I going to do next? I'm probably going to stay here for a couple days. Why not, right? Okay, I will see you on the next random adventure, and thank you very much for coming along. Tony 2.0 out. Well, not. I'm staying. All right, see you on the next random adventure.